Alright, we're here at Level Up Gaming in Pensacola, Florida. Let's take a look inside. Oh, there's Dale at the register. Welcome back to JD and the Sumpsea. I'm Jay, and today we're doing a store walkthrough of Level Up Gaming in Pensacola, Florida. And if you like store tour videos, make sure you bust out your Warhammer and smash that like button and smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of our videos. As we get started with the store tour, I just wanted to once again thank Roy and Richard for all the hospitality they showed us on our trip. I also wanted to thank Marissa and Will for being such gracious hosts and having such a cool store to game in. And thank you, Marissa, for letting us interview you. And if you want to watch that interview, the link is right here. As you can see, the store has quite a bit going for it. They have the trading card vending machine to your left as you enter the store. And they have an assortment of bases. Lots of different brands of paint and miniature cases. A good selection of spray paint cans and hobby tools. Song of Ice and Fire miniatures. They have a huge selection of Games Workshop as well. Here's just the 40K section. Historical miniatures are also represented, including Victrix, as you'll see later, the tables are all handmade and really solid and good to game on. Here's their 30K selection and Necromunda. The Black Templar statue is a really neat touch, and it's hard to put things like shelves or displays in corners like that, so the statue works perfectly. They have a large Old World selection and Age of Sigmar selection. Flames of War is pretty big here, which is cool. I have an old Russian Flames of War army from a long time ago. Might be fun to try it again sometime. They have a really nice selection of AK paints and weathering effects. I love looking at dice, and they have a great display of dice cubes. Sometimes you just want or need to buy some new dice. Marissa revealed to us in our interview that these wooden shelves were all made by hand by Will and his father. The Flames of War community here is pretty large, and that would explain the good amount of Flames of War stuff. They also stock Bolt Action and Marvel Crisis Protocol and Star Wars Legion. And between the racks of product and the main gaming area, they have these nice plush chairs with low tables that make a nice boundary, and is nice for lounging about, going over army lists or rules. Makes it cozy and more family friendly as well. And here's even more dice that they sell. And yes, you can buy boxes of Magic product if you so choose from them. They lay out stuff people have special ordered on this front table, which makes it nice and convenient for regulars to just come in and find their stuff right away without having to ask an employee about it, which saves time. And as Marissa said in our interview, Cookie will be waiting for you at the door if she is in. They have novels and store-specific merch at the front. They have a decent board game selection, as you can see here. It's also really nice that they have 2 bathrooms. They have a lot of RPG and TCG supplies like dice trays and card sleeves and deck boxes. And this aisle is primarily D&D and D&D adjacent products. Lots of books and minis. I like the cafe type area with the tables and chairs and microwave and vending machines. It adds another element to the store that says, come here to buy, yes, but also come here to hang out and be part of the community. This is the consignment section, and I thought this was a great idea. If someone has a bunch of game stuff that they don't want anymore, they can bring it here, sell it to someone else in the community, and get some money back for it to buy some things that they really do want. This was the area where we played our Fistful of Credits event. Here are all the tables lined up and ready to play on. I shot this early Sunday morning before anyone was really there. There were 2 of these MDF tables, and I would have loved just sitting there and rearranging the pieces. It was such cool terrain. Here's a more traditional Necromunda table. All the walls were separate from the floor, so it could be rearranged differently for each game. Very nicely painted as well. This table was one of the tall tables. I love the elevation this table had. Not every Necromunda table gives you this much height, but it makes for an interesting experience you don't usually get, and I appreciated that about the terrain they had here. This was the Fighting Pit table. It was an old forge-rolled resin piece made for Horus Heresy, and they added towers and the cage to make it into a Thunderdome-style fighting pit board. Great use of old terrain. Richard made this board, and it was a really cool concept, kind of a stacked hab board that lit up. Another vertical board concept. And this is another old Forge World board. These are the original Zone Mortalis resin tiles that Forge World originally made for the Bad Ab workbooks that the current Necromunda tiles and walls are modeled off of. And here's another of Richard's boards. We got to play a game on this, Richard and I, and that huge crane dropped a cargo container on one of my guys and it didn't go well. Hopefully you'll see that in a battle report that I make at some point of that game. Here is Dale's board that he made specifically for this event. We brought it all the way down from Milwaukee and gave it to them as a gift. He wanted them to have this board, which is super generous, but if there's one thing you'll learn about D, or Dale, once you get to know him, is just how generous he is. Here is the other MDF board. And then this Sector Mechanicus board with the light in the middle. A really cool idea, and it took me like 2 hours to set it up. I don't know why. Against this back wall is all the store terrain and playmats for wargames. I like the storage solution for the playmats. And they have some TVs mounted on the walls as well. As I walk, you see just how big this store really is. It's really quite long. A lot of gaming can be done at the same time here. There are also lockers at the back. Overall, a great trip. And this was a great store to spend our weekend in. And who goes to Florida and doesn't go to the beach? Well, that would be us gamers. We prefer to spend our time in game stores, chucking dice and having a great time with friends. But that's all I've got for you this time. I hope you like this look at Level Up Gaming. And as always, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.